Don't just learn to pass the test to get a licence. Learn how to be a safer driver by attending a Roadcraft course, where you can have real driving experiences in a controlled environment and learn how to avoid being involved in a crash.
I have students all the time say to me, they say, "Oh, it's okay, Chappie, I've just got my P's, I don't need to do Roadcraft." And I say, no, that's the very reason why you need to do Roadcraft, because here's an opportunity to potentially save your life. And I've got 3 kids. I don't want to get to the situation one day where the police knock at my door.
As a mother, I think it's really important to get inside these kids' heads probably before they even start driving, or at least at the very start of their driving, so we can train them right first time, and sometimes before maybe the bad habits of mum and dad get too deeply embedded.
Without Roadcraft, the only opportunity you'll have to test your responses in an emergency situation is when your life depends on it. That's not the time or the place. This is a Roadcraft course.
Just 1 second can make the difference between being safe or being in a situation where you're now fighting to save your life.
The earlier you learn these techniques, the better. Maleny State High School chaplain Chris Davis realised the value of the Roadcraft course after being called into the hospital where several students were injured in a crash.
I had to sit with the driver and talk to him and explain to him that one of his mates was being airlifted to hospital and might not survive the helicopter flight. And just the look on his face that night, the realisation that he, possibly could have killed one of his friends, and that was totally preventable. It was all about speed on a wet road. And that was the moment for me where I kind of realised what a great program Roadcraft was.
Now the whole Maleny community has rallied, with regular Apex fundraisers supporting Roadcraft. They don't want their young adults becoming road statistics.
With being involved in an emergency service situation and responding to incidents that involved road crashes, I personally had exposure to students from Maleny State High School being involved in incidents. And I was able to take that knowledge with me to my Apex club and also being a member of the Maleny teaching staff. And we're able to really ramp up the program within the school.
At Roadcraft, you can learn 10 years of experience in just 2 days. Even if you already have your licence or are about to sit a driving exam, you can still become a safer, more aware, attentive driver. It's not just about vehicle control skills. It's about developing advanced visual techniques and space management practices, which then reduces the risk of becoming involved in a crash. More space keeps me safe. The essential message is their safety is their own responsibility. It's about developing the appropriate attitude to driving.
We achieve that by exposing them to driving situations that occur regularly out in the real world, but we do it in a controlled environment where they can learn what happens when things go wrong and what you need to do to fix them and how much time and space that takes.
So it's far better to avoid getting into such situations in the first place.
Here it's controlled. They can actually feel what it's like to slam the brakes on and how it affects the car and how you react and how you hold the wheel and positions you get yourself in as well.
Spend just 2 days of your time and you could add years to your life by changing the way you drive, making your driving safer, less frustrating and more enjoyable.
It's gone from just having 1 a year and having trouble getting the kids here. Now we come up 3 times a year and we stay overnight, so it's 2 full days, and the kids, they come back and rave about it.
The Roadcraft program should be endorsed at a government level. I would love to see it mandatory for all students to do this before they drive a car.
Using your vision more effectively with our advanced observation techniques, learn how to avoid becoming a statistic. By understanding and identifying the risks earlier, dangerous situations are more readily avoided. Your parents might have handed you the keys, but you can return the favour by giving them more peace of mind.
One of the things I strongly recommend on the bus trip on the way home is that the students actually invite their parents to come to a weekend program with Roadcraft. So that way the parents can actually understand the program they've gone through. And so if that parent does decide to sit in the car next to them while they're getting their 100 hours in their logbook, that the parent is reaffirming the good skills that they've learned here at Roadcraft.
If we can develop an attitude that's more conducive to safety, and we can get them to understand that they do have choices, and their choice is to choose to drive in a safe, more aware manner, they'll be much safer on the road.
Roadcraft are driver education specialists committed to reducing road trauma through effective education of road users of all ages. Book now for your Roadcraft course.